if we, and then I think, lest we just dismiss this sort of thing as just the kind of thing that happens in a post-COVID mental breakdown world, I found another article from Nick Bostrom, who's sort of an Oxford academic, and most of these people are sort of, I don't know, they're interesting because they have nothing to say. They're interesting because they're just mouthpieces. It's like the mouth of Sauron. It's just sort of complete sort of cogs in the machine, but they're useful because they tell us exactly where the zeitgeist is in some ways. And this was from 2019, pre-COVID, the vulnerable world hypothesis, and it goes through a whole litany of these different ways where science and technology are creating all these dangers for the world, and what do we do about them? And it's the precautionary principle, whatever that means. But then, he has a 4-part program for achieving stabilization, and I will just read off the 4 things you need to do to make our world less vulnerable and achieve stabilization in this sort of, we have this exponentiating technology where maybe it's not progressing that quickly, but still progressing quickly enough. There are a lot of dangerous corner cases. You only need to do these 4 things to stabilize the world. Number 1, restrict technological development. Number 2, ensure that there does not exist a large population of actors representing a wide and recognizably human distribution of motives. So that sounds like somewhat incompatible with the DEI, at least in the ideas form of diversity. Number 3, establish extremely effective preventive policing. And number 4, establish effective global governance, since you can't let, even if there's like one little island somewhere where this doesn't apply, it's no good. And so it is basic, and this is the zeitgeist on the other side. It is the precautionary principle. It is, we're not going to make it for another century on this planet, and therefore, we need to embrace a one-world totalitarian state right now. So 3rd and 4th counter-arguments. The third, okay, just to repeat, the first counter-argument is science is great, it's solving everything, don't even pay attention to the humanities. Counter-argument, no, it's not. Third main counter-argument, well, science is too dangerous, we have to slow it down. So it's good that it's not so great, we're slowing it down, we need to slow it down even more. And then the counter-argument, and this is where I would return to classical liberalism, is that however dangerous science and technology are, it seems to me that totalitarianism is far more dangerous, and that whatever the dangers are in the future, we need to never underestimate the danger of one world totalitarian state. Once you get that, hard to see what it ends. There's always there's always sort of the frame where I think it's in 1 Thessalonians 5, chapter 3, the political slogan of the Antichrist is peace and safety. And I think what I want to suggest is that, and you get it when you have sort of a homogenized one-world totalitarian state. And what I want to suggest in closing is perhaps we would do well to be a little bit more scared of the Antichrist and a little bit less scared of Armageddon. Thank you very much.
And